We're surrounded by smart everything these days, right? Our phones, our TVs, even our cars. But have you ever really stopped to wonder what's going on under the hood? What's the secret sauce that actually makes them, well, smart? I mean, think about it. You hit one button on your remote and boom, you're streaming a 4K movie or firing up a game. It feels like magic, but it's not. It's all thanks to a tiny, incredibly powerful piece of technology working away inside. And that little piece of magic is called a system on a chip, or SoC for short. The best way to think about it, really, is as the device's brain. We're talking the processor, the graphics, the memory, the whole shebang, all squeezed onto one single tiny piece of silicon. This is the little guy doing all the heavy lifting.
Okay, so who's actually building these incredible little brains? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the biggest players you've probably never heard of, even though you've almost definitely used their tech. Let's meet Rockchip.
So, who is Rockchip? Well, they're a leading fabless semiconductor company out of China, founded way back in 2001. Now, fabless is a key word here. It means they don't actually make the physical chips. They're the architects. They design them. And get this, 80% of their staff are engineers. That tells you everything, right? They are all about the tech. And they're not some small operation. They've got research centers and offices dotted all across China's biggest tech hubs, like Shenzhen and Shanghai. It really makes them this quiet giant in the industry. You might not know the name, but their tech?
Oh yeah.
It's inside devices all around the globe. And look, this isn't some new thing. They've been a powerhouse for a while. Check this out. Even back in 2014, they were ranked among the world's top fabless suppliers. They're on the same list as names you definitely know, like Qualcomm and NVIDIA. So yeah, they've been in the big leagues for a long, long time. You don't just land on a list like that by accident. Rockchip's story is pretty amazing, actually. It's almost like a timeline of consumer tech itself, starting with the days of MP3 players and going all the way to today's AI. Let's just walk through this for a second. Back in 2006, they were the go-to supplier for MP4 players. Remember those? Then, fast forward to 2011, and they're already jumping into TV boxes for streaming. By 2015, they're teaming up with Google for Chromebooks. And then in 2018, bam, they start putting NPUs, that's special processors just for AI, right on their chips. Talk about staying ahead of the curve. Let's zoom in on that TV box market, because that's a big part of their story. They put out their first Android set-top box solution in 2011. By 2015, they're already doing octa-core chips and 4K. And just 1 year later, in 2016, they've got 4K with HDR. That pace is just relentless. It's incredible. Okay, so that brings us to what they're doing right now. Let's break down their product line for set-top boxes, or STBs. You know, the little boxes that run our TVs. And wow, it is a huge ecosystem. Just look at this. Their chips aren't just in TV boxes. We're talking smart speakers, tablets, AI cameras, you name it. We're going to focus on the TV and gaming side of things today, but it's pretty clear their tech is the backbone for a whole universe of smart gadgets. And hey, just to make sure we're all on the same page, what's an STB? It's simply that little box you hook up to your television. It's what lets you stream Netflix, play games, and basically turns any old TV into a smart TV. So Rockchip has this whole lineup, and it's kind of like a good, better, best situation. You've got your RK3229, which is the perfect cost-effective choice for basic 4K streaming. Then you can step up to something like the RK3328 to get that sweet, sweet HDR color. Need more muscle for gaming? There's the RK3388. And then you've got the RK3399, which is just an absolute beast for high-end stuff like VR. Okay, so how different are these chips really? How do you even measure that? Well, let's pop the hood and take a peek at the engine that's powering all those pixels on your screen. This chart lays it all out perfectly. See that? As we go from left to right, from the entry-level chips to the high-end ones, the performance just shoots up. I mean, look at the jump from an RK3228H to the top dog RK3399. It's huge. But what is this DMIPS thing we're measuring? Right, so DMIPS is basically a standard test, a benchmark. It measures the raw computing power of a processor. The important thing to know is this: a higher number means more power. Simple as that. It's a quick way to see just how beefy that little brain really is. Here's a perfect example of how this works. We've got two chips here, the RK3228B and the RK32H. They look pretty similar on paper, right? But the H version uses a more modern CPU core.
And that one little upgrade, it makes for a huge jump in performance. Just look at those DMIP scores. It just goes to show how tiny changes in the design can make a massive difference in speed.
So, okay, enough with the tech jargon. What does all this actually mean for you, sitting on your couch? Well, it means your TV box can play 4K videos without stuttering. It means your streaming is buttery smooth, and it means you get those amazing, vibrant colors from HDR. It's all about making your viewing experience just awesome.
You know, Rockchip's own mission is to be the top SoC provider for consumer and intelligent hardware. And looking at their history and what their chips can do, I'd say they're absolutely nailing it. And this, right here, is the big takeaway. The reason this all matters. You may not know the name Rockchip, but companies like them are the hidden engines of our digital lives. They're the ones engineering these powerful little brains that make incredible features like 4K HDR streaming, not a luxury, but a standard, accessible to millions.
So it really makes you wonder, right? We've watched them take us from MP3 players to smart TVs. Now, they're building AI right into the chips, so devices can think for themselves without even needing the cloud. As these tiny, invisible brains get smarter and smarter, what's next? What everyday object are they going to completely revolutionize tomorrow? Your fridge? Your running shoes? Who knows? The possibilities are just getting started.